Peace and blessings. Happy Monday. Welcome back to Monday Message. It is the first Monday of 2020. I am so glad you're here. Hey, I hope that you are holding good vision for yourself and good intentions for yourself as we are rolling into a whole new year of opportunities to grow and really step into our best self. I think when we roll around the new year, it's just a great way to measure how far we've come. And so it's just a great time to take stock and reflect. So I want to kind of touch on the mood that we're all in around the new year time, and also just remind you for 2020 that this year is about equal vision, 2020 vision, perfect sight. And so really being able to use our sight, not just like the two physical eyes, but what we call that all-seeing eye, the inner eye of wisdom. Some people call it the third eye. I like to call it your first eye. But the Ajna chakra, this inner eye that sees, that really sees, not just what we see with the physical eyes, but what we see with our wisdom and what we see with our experience and what we see with our hindsight. So I hope that, your 2020, you're still really in that space of reflection and introspection and visioning for your future. So with that being said, I'd love to dive into the quote for today. It's by one of the greats, Jim Rohn. He's written so many books. Please check him out. He says that motivation is what gets you started, but habit is what keeps you going. So I just taught a workshop on confidence this weekend, and we were nearing the end of the workshop. We're talking about confidence and all these tools and practices that we can be doing and applying, and everyone was feeling really good about the content. They were feeling good about going back to their life, and one gentleman raised his hand and asked a question I'm pretty sure everybody in the room was feeling or thinking, and he said, "This is really great, I'm super inspired, and this is really motivating, but how do I keep it going when I get home?" Have you ever felt that way? Like you go to a class, or you go to a workshop, or you go to a seminar. I go to these conferences sometimes, they're week long, and I feel great. I feel inspired, and I'm pumped up. And then you get back to your life, you get back to your routine, you get back to your basic mundane minutia of your life, and that motivation just dwindles. It goes away, and it just feels like sometimes it vanishes. And so Jim Rohn is right. He says motivation is what gets us started. It is the thing that starts your engine. Is like, I am committed, I want to do this thing. It is the emotional pull or the emotional call towards that thing that your heart is saying yes to. And that motivation is there to spark and get you going. It's important. But how we continue to work with that spark is also really important. Because we want to turn that spark into a flame, and then we want to turn that flame into a bonfire until you're just this roaring engine that is always on point with what your heart calls you to do. And not just living in that vacillation of one day I'm motivated and the next day I'm not, and I'm just going to wait to get back to it till I finally feel motivated again. That's leaving your life up to randomness. And if you leave your life up to randomness, you will always live in a field of mediocrity. You will be hard-pressed to step into that field of greatness if you leave your life up to randomness. And so Jim is suggesting here that it's great to feel motivated, and we should ride that wave when it happens, but habit is what keeps us going. So my answer to this young gentleman in the group was, revisiting the paperwork, revisiting the tools and the practices. For me, when I go to workshops and conferences and I get takeaways that I really want to embody, I'm going to find a way to write it out on a note card and put it up on my wall, or sometimes I'll paint it on butcher paper like a phrase, and it'll be on my mirror, or I have my journal from the conference and I'll reread it, often. I'll talk to my friends about it. But really, it's the habit, right? We gotta have that social support, but it's creating some kind of habit. So whatever you're motivated to step into at this time of the year, right? It was a lot of people motivated to step into something. Some of you are motivated to go back to yoga. There was a lot of you at the Bluff this weekend. Some of you are motivated to get back to eating healthy. Some of you are motivated to like setting better boundaries for yourself. Some of you are motivated to, graduate your last semester of college. We're all motivated to do different things. And it's great because we're feeling the energy all around us. But I know that motivation is going to fizzle out in the next week or 2 or 3. Right? And so right now, while you're motivated, create some habits for yourself. Like if you're motivated to go back to yoga, make Tuesdays and Thursdays. I go to Dharma's class. Whatever it is. Monday I go to Marlene, or I'm going to do that Bluff class every Thursday, or I'm going to go do my whatever, your online yoga that you have, or you're going to go back to the gym, but like pick a day and make it a habit. Don't let it be random. Don't be like, I'm going to go this week. When this week? What day and what time and for how long? And is it in your calendar? Is it in your calendar? Have you blocked it out in your calendar? Make it a habit. You have to find a way to take the things that you're motivated to do and turn them into a habit. And not a habit that you don't like doing, and not a habit that is overwhelming, but just like a tiny little chewable chunk of a habit that you can actually apply and succeed at. Don't go to yoga 5 days a week. Start with 1 or 2 days a week. But pick a day and time, and that's your time, and you stick to it, and you build your life around the habit. And this, my friends, is how we build a life by design. This is how we step into greatness, right? By having routines and by having habits and not leaving our life up to randomness. Okay? It's not random in the sense that we know it's always going to come, but like you're waiting for this random motivation every end of the year to feel motivated to change, and then what? Like you're just waiting for inspiration to land on you one morning? You're hoping that tomorrow you're going to wake up feeling really motivated? You can't wait and rely on those things. It's a blessing when we feel motivated. It is, I feel like, mercy from the high heavens when we feel motivated and inspired, like something touches our heart and it wakes us up and we say yes, like we feel it in our bones. That's a blessing. But we all know that it's a temporary thing that happens. It's a spark, and it's our job to do something with that spark. And what you do with that spark is you create habits. You create habits. So, my friend, my fellow light warrior out there, just think about whatever it was that you were motivated to embark on this year, whether it's a big goal or a little simple goal, whatever it is, and create some habit. And you know what, if you're just like blank and you don't know, but you know you're ready for a change, I'm going to recommend one habit. I'm going to recommend that you journal every day. And maybe you do a prompted journal session every day. And you write, what's true for me today is. My journal entries always begin with beloved self. And I'm just having a conversation with myself. And then on the next page, I always end with a gratitude list of at least 10 things. And I may not get to this thing every night, but you best believe I am working my butt off to make this a habit. No matter how many times I fall off track, I am committed to always recommitting and getting back on track. Right? You have to create a habit that is going to support the things that you're motivated to do, because motivation will wear off. And we got to do things, that keep us on course. And I also do recommend that you plug into things that re-inspire your motivation. I do that often as well when I'm feeling real dry on my motivation and my inspiration and my habits aren't working. I gotta plug back into some kind of source that's gonna ignite that spark again. So you may be there, but just take some time to look. What am I motivated? What was I motivated to do? And what habit can I really intentionally step into that's going to support that motivation? This is your year, my friend. 2020, equal vision, perfect sight. Let's do it. Let's do it. You deserve it. Don't leave your life up to randomness so that you just are always living in a field of mediocrity. Right? Plan your life by design and choose to step into greatness. You got this, my friend. I'm so glad that you tuned in. I believe in you, and I'm so happy to be here with you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening. If you like this video, please drop me a like down below. You're welcome to share the video, and I would really love your comments, whatever it is you guys think about these videos, or your input or insights, your contributions to the conversation, or your biggest takeaway, your little nugget of wisdom that you got from the video. Please drop it down below. All right, I will see you next Monday. And don't forget, I'm starting a new session this year called Wednesday Wisdom, where I might be doing more like yogic topics, philosophy things. We'll go more down that route there. So catch me on Wednesdays. All right, y'all, I'll see you next time. Enjoy your week. Keep your head up high and your heart open wide.